On deck of the Jolly Roger, the evil Captain Hook was busy plotting with Mr. Smee. "Blast that Peter Pan! If I could only find his hideout, I'd trap him in his lair," Hook said. Captain Hook wanted nothing more than to destroy Peter Pan. It was because of a fierce sword fight with Peter that he had a hook where his hand should be. As a result of that sword fight, Peter was also responsible for Captain Hook's other enemy, a crocodile. When Captain Hook's hand fell into the open waters, the crocodile had gobbled it up and had been chasing the captain ever since. Luckily for Captain Hook, the crocodile had also swallowed a clock, so whenever the captain heard a tick-tock sound, he knew he had to run. As soon as Peter and the Darlings landed on Neverland, they couldn't wait to explore. Peter told Wendy he'd take her to Mermaid Lagoon, so John and Michael went with a group of Peter's friends, the Lost Boys, to find some Indians. But the Indians snuck up on John, Michael, and the Lost Boys and captured them. Usually the Indian chief played along and eventually turned them loose, but this time his daughter Tiger Lily had been kidnapped. He thought Peter Pan and his friends were the culprits. Meanwhile, Peter and Wendy were visiting Mermaid Lagoon when they saw Captain Hook and Smee with Tiger Lily. They had kidnapped her. Peter and Wendy followed them to Skull Rock so they could rescue the Indian princess. "Tell me the hiding place of Peter Pan," Hook said. "You'd better talk, my dear, for soon the tide will be in." But Tiger Lily was good friends with Peter Pan and refused to tell Hook where to find him. "Watch this, Wendy," Peter said. He flew down and challenged Captain Hook to a sword fight. Hook fought Peter to the very edge of a cliff, and as Peter backed away, he was fighting in midair. Captain Hook followed Peter off the edge, but he couldn't fly. Hook quickly grabbed onto the cliffside with his hook. Then he heard a familiar sound. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. "I'll get you for this, Pan," he yelled before falling into the water. Smee rushed to save the captain, while Peter and Wendy quickly swooped down and saved Tiger Lily. The Indian chief was so happy to see his daughter again that he freed John, Michael, and the Lost Boys. "Bravo!" They all cheered for Peter. But Hook wasn't giving up. He had Smee kidnap Tinker Bell and bring her to the Jolly Roger, hoping she would reveal where Peter's hideout was. "Welcome aboard, Miss Bell," he said. Then Hook tricked Tinker Bell into revealing Peter Pan's hideout. His evil plan was working. He laughed wickedly as he locked Tink inside a lantern. Meanwhile, at Peter Pan's hideout, Wendy told stories to all of the boys. But she was starting to miss her parents back in London. She told the boys how great it was to have a mother.